Starborn. The Orion prophecy begins when fate stirs in the dark. Aratina believes she is ordinary, until a single encounter pulls her into a world of ancient power and buried truths. Orion, a being of terrifying restraint and forgotten origins, has spent centuries controlling the monster within. But when their paths cross, something awakens that neither instinct nor reason can suppress. What should have been hunger becomes recognition. What should have been chance becomes prophecy. As the past begins to bleed into the present, one truth emerges. Orion's hunger was never for blood, and Aratina was never meant to remain untouched by destiny. The stars have chosen. The prophecy has begun.
You let her go alone. Alec's voice was calm, too calm. He stood by the tall window of Zeke's study, city lights glittering below like indifferent stars. His fingers tightened around the polished wood of his violin case. Zeke didn't look up from his book. She didn't ask for permission, he replied mildly. She informed us. That's not the point, Alec said, turning sharply. You know how reckless she is. She trusts people too easily. She wanders into places without thinking. Exactly like you do at her age, Zeke cut in, finally meeting his son's eyes. His gaze was sharp, knowing, ancient. Aratina is as old as you, Alec. The only difference is that she doesn't pretend the world owes her protection. Alec scoffed. So now independence means throwing her into danger? Zeke closed the book with a soft thud. It means not chaining her in the name of love. This isn't the Victorian era. You don't get to guard her like property. Silence stretched between them, thick and uneasy. Alec's jaw clenched. Something dark flickered behind his eyes, an emotion he didn't recognize but hated. His fingers snapped open the violin case. Without another word, he lifted the instrument to his shoulder. The first notes sliced through the room, low, heavy, violent. The melody wasn't music, it was fury restrained by discipline. Each stroke of the bow carried something ancient, something burning beneath his skin. Zeke watched quietly, his expression unreadable, as if listening not to a son but to a prophecy stirring awake. On the other side of the city, darkness swallowed the Orion Villa Hotel. Aratina struggled against the iron grip on her wrist, panic surging through her veins. The man's strength was inhuman, unyielding, crushing. "Let go of me," she cried, twisting desperately. Something snarled, low, guttural, far too close to her ear. The sound sent a chill down her spine. His grip tightened, breath hot and uneven, as if he were fighting something inside himself. "No, don't." His voice fractured, no longer cold but strained. "You shouldn't be here." Fear sharpened Aratina's instincts. Without thinking, she drove her knee upward with all her strength. The impact wasn't powerful, but it was unexpected. The man staggered back with a sharp intake of breath, more startled than hurt. That single second was enough. Aratina tore free, lunging blindly until her fingers brushed against the wall. She slammed her palm down. Light flooded the room, and time froze. Her breath caught. The man stood before her, tall, bare-chested, muscles carved like living stone, eyes glowing an unnatural silver under the sudden brightness. His pupils were dilated, his jaw clenched, veins standing out along his neck as if he were holding back a storm. For a heartbeat, they only stared at each other. Then his gaze dropped to her face, and something ancient recognized her. The air shifted. The lights flickered violently. Somewhere deep within the villa, something howled, and Orion finally realized the hunger wasn't for blood. It was for her.